Hi, welcome to ROTFL method for instructional designers. Hi, I'm Christine. I live in Philadelphia. I'm a content writer that uses AI all the time, and I'm also a former systems administrator, and I have a master's degree in educational psychology. With the ROTFL method, you can use AI to write distractors. We all know they're the worst, but a large language model can help. A trick that you can use is reading levels. We'll talk about that in a minute. We can make the AI sound more human, and we can talk about how and why to be stealth at work. ROTFL. The bad news, it doesn't mean roll on the floor laughing. The good news is it's a handy tool for writing with AI. The letters stand for role, objective, tone, format, and levels. Let's learn how to prompt the AI with the ROTFL method. Now, a role isn't necessarily what our little Shakespearean robot would like to do here. It is, however, something that you can instruct the AI to act as. An instructional designer, perhaps, a subject matter expert, or if you want, a Shakespearean robot. The syntax in the prompt would look something like this. Please act as an instructional designer. Okay, the O in ROTFL stands for objective. This is the goal. A syntax would look like, help me write test questions. One thing AI loves an instruction for is tone. It will write in a basically formal/informal tone if you don't instruct it specifically. There's all kinds of tones: formal, informal, casual, which is conversational, humorous, even sarcastic, and you can mix and match these tones in your prompts. All right, let's talk about how we want to format the AI's answers, our results. A specific format is very helpful and saves you some time. If you don't indicate the format to AI, you'll likely end up with a listicle or long paragraphs. You can use something like this. Please make sure each distractor is similar in word count as the correct answer, preferably less than 25 words each. We talked about the word length. We talked about how we want the answers, the correct answer and the distractors to look similar, things like that. We'll have more of an example for this in a little bit. All right, levels. This is key. Using different reading levels really aids in comprehension. So you can instruct the AI to write anywhere from a kindergarten to a college age level for the same subject. We can also indicate to the AI that we might have some English as second language speakers, and it will look through all the content and the results and make sure that there are no idioms, sayings, cultural references that ESL users may not understand. A fourth grade level is widely considered fluent in any language. If you are not understanding a subject, ask it to explain in a second, third, or fourth grade level. A college age is for the most formal assessments, very technical information, and you need a very formal, tough assessment. Most things will be written at about a high school level. All right, let's see how our prompt turned out. Role: act as an expert instructional designer. Objective: using the uploaded source text, create a multiple choice question with the correct answer and 3 plausible but incorrect distractors. Tone: the tone should be formal, matching the style of technical certification assessments. Format: ensure each distractor matches the correct answer in word count and style, with all options preferably being less than 25 words each. Level: please write the content at a high school reading level, ensuring it is accessible and engaging for a multicultural audience, including those who speak English as a second language. Use clear and simple language. All right. After the prompt, you will add your source materials, and you can scan in PDFs or pages or even handwritten notes. Then you can instruct the AI to get the information for the questions, answers, and distractors from that text. All right, here's our prompt. Act as an instructional designer. Using the uploaded source text, create a multiple choice question with the correct answer and 3 plausible but incorrect distractors. The tone should be formal, matching the style of technical certification assessments. Ensure each distractor matches the correct answer in word count and style, with all options preferably being less than 25 words each. Please write the content at a high school reading level, ensuring it is accessible and engaging for a multicultural audience, including those who speak English as a second language. Use clear and simple language. I actually had the AI write a fake manual for the care and feeding of robots. Here is the source text that I then fed it back to itself to write our sample questions, answers, and distractors. This is written, I would say, at about a high school level. Here's page 2. And just, you'll see, this is a high school level, but you can ask the AI to make it simpler or more complicated based on the source text. All right, let's see what it came up with. Here's 3 multiple choice questions. The first is, what is the best practice for ensuring a robot's joints operate smoothly? Apply a manufacturer-approved lubricant to all moving joints regularly. Here are the distractors. Clean the joints with a soft, dry cloth to remove dust. Update the robot's software to the latest version. Keep the robot's battery fully charged at all times. You'll notice that the distractors came from other instructions in other subjects. Now, the second multiple choice question is one of those pits that you might fall in using AI, and why it really is just a jumping off point and not an end point. You'll see this question is very obvious in its answer. What should you do if a robot's battery shows signs of swelling or damage? Correct answer, replace the battery if it shows signs of swelling or damage. Obviously, that would have to be rewritten. The distractors are, again, pretty generic and from the other settings and information from the manual. All right, how's the last question? How can you maximize the energy absorption of a robot equipped with solar panels? Place the robot in a well-lit area to maximize solar energy absorption. Connect to a robot to a standard electrical outlet. Keep the robot's joint lubricated regularly. Enable power saving mode when not in use. That's not too bad. But all of these are just a jumping off point and a good starting point, especially if you're really blocked. All right, let's talk about tweaking the levels of our questions and distractors. Here's a question from the last slide. What's the best practice for ensuring a robot's joints operate smoothly? That's at a high school reading level. What would a college reading level sound like? What is the most effective method for maintaining optimal functionality of a robot's joints? The college level answer is also different. Instead of apply a lubricant to all moving joints regularly, it is consistently apply a manufacturer-approved lubricant to all moving joints. We'll also see the distractors change. They're longer, they match the correct answer, and the vocabulary has gone up a few levels. Also, the sentence structure is more complicated. Instead of clean the joints with a soft dry cloth to remove dust, we have use a soft dry cloth to clean the joints and eliminate any dust accumulation. All right, let's review. I used ROTFL, so it was something that you could perhaps remember easily if you can't access this slide. Role, objective, tone, format, and level. And you can add any instructions that you like in the prompt. Prompts can be very, very long. You can also keep them and copy and paste them as you're working. You can upload handwritten notes from your subject matter expert. But if you need more help, go to YouTube. There's lots of information out there on how to best prompt a large language model or AI. All right, let's talk a little bit about why your boss might not want you to use AI. It is Wild West out there. There isn't enough legislation or best practices for businesses to use AI correctly or safely. So if your boss is very adamant about not using it at all, you can ask to see if you can perhaps use the ROTFL method without adding any source text. It is just a language AI, so it's something to make your process, I think, in my opinion, smoother and quicker. I think a few pages here and there of source text are okay. Large batches you might want to be careful about because, as I said, legally it is a bit of a murky area. As we saw in our second result, the questions aren't necessarily the best in terms of being difficult to assess which is the correct answer. So you will have to recheck and check the AI's work against your subject matter expert and the text. As I said, read it's a jumping off point. Read the results out loud. It'll start to sound pretty much the same and predictable every time, and you'll get used to knowing what you have to change. And lastly, there's apps. ChatGPT has an app for the iPhone if you need to keep it off your work machines. All right, any questions? You can find me pretty much anywhere online as Purple Car. On Instagram, I'm purplecar_cc. You can email me at christine.cavalier@gmail.com. Or you can find my totally unrelated and just for fun blog that I have been blogging at since 2003 at purplecar.net. Thanks, everybody.